Hold on, I got a booger. All right. First of all, we have Mama Bear here today. That's when they say, the clap in the background.
Yes,
so this
y'all.
is special. This is special. We gotta lower the music and tell these people that's cleaning the shush. Shh. But I'm just happy she's here. But we're gonna try to do something simple and cute and just informative. And you guys know Bertha promotes health and wellness. Yes. And it starts within yourself. Yes. So I really want to talk about the importance of health and wellness. Like, what are your tips, suggestions, or anything?
What do you say? Alright, cool. Advice. Detox is important before you do any other steps, like changing your eating habits. I think you should detox first. Clean some of your guts, system, liver. So, yeah, maybe a week of just detoxing liquids. And then start off with the vegetables and try not to eat as much meat. I think we should go all the way back in the times. Like, treasure the meat for like a special occasion, like a birthday or a holiday, but not every day.
And I just want to shout out, and hopefully she can talk about it, is how her transition to weight loss was. You know, a lot of people ask about my transition, but my mom also went through a powerful transition as well. And that is a great thing because not only did it help her mentally, it helped her physically, and it helped her just change to be a better person. So it's like, how was that transition? What transition did you go through, and how do you feel? Like, what, any pros, cons, tips to any girl out here or a guy out here that wants to possibly go that route? Like, what would you say?
I don't think anyone should focus on like a diet per se. I think it should be the lifestyle, the way that you're eating. Got to be very careful of what you put in your mouth. Your body's your temple. You're dirtying your temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then take it slow. You're not going to lose weight overnight. You might not lose weight in a month. You might not lose weight in 2 months. But you have to just, if you want to do it, you're going to do it. And if you cheat one day because you really wanted that pizza or you wanted that cheeseburger, go get it. Because if you've been good the whole week, then you can treat yourself.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because you're still going to have the little bad habits, and that's okay. But not everyday bacon. So, because I used to do it.
Not everyday bacon, that's a shirt. Not everyday bacon. That's it.
I used to do it all the time, so no more. It's not good. That the surgery that I had was the gastric sleeve. And that is when they cut your stomach into a shape like of a banana. So it's basically giving you a second chance of holding your stomach into that size always.
And do you have to qualify for that in order to get that?
Yeah, you have to. I believe it's over 100 pounds to qualify. Okay. And your health has to be in order. If you have any chronic diseases, have to be all controlled with medication, and they see that you're gonna be committed because they want you to lose weight before they do the surgery. So it's nothing easy. Because this is, like I said, this is not something because you want to look cute.
It's not a fast fix.
Yes, it's not a fast fix because I'm still working on myself. I still got to lose some weight, and it's not for fashion. It's not because I want to look cute. It's because I want to live. So,
that's deep.
Yeah. So you're gonna go through your transformation of your body. There's gonna be some stuff hanging and some fat and some extra skin. But that's cool. You also got to save up. If they don't pay for your surgery, you got to pay for it.
And it's funny because the recording that I'm putting out for this week, I was talking about how when you lose weight, sometimes you still think and imagine that you're the weight that you once was.
Yes.
And how I was just touching base, like, during the transition that you go through, like, you have to love yourself, like, no matter how, whatever size, even if you wasn't comfortable, you have to take out the time to, like, really just appreciate and love your body.
Yeah.
Because it's like you lose that weight, and then you sit there like, I can't wear this, I can't wear that because I'm still this weight.
Yep.
And because you're subconsciously still, like, insecure in the body that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what makes you feel, like, for me, I'm just like, fuck it, you know? Beep. That's a bad word. But I told you I'm going to just be me. I'm sorry. I curse sometimes, okay?
That's all right.
But, like, what helps you, like, when you're going maybe shopping, or maybe if you're in the street, you know, like, what helps you just feel, like, confident, like, you know, just to feel cute?
Yeah, it's been a while to just walk down the block and just look at the windows and see, you know, what's in style and stuff. Shit, I'm old.
Oh my God.
My bad, but it's been a minute. But I don't know. I really can't. Let me see. It all depends on my mood. You know, I think I dress the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know? Because if you feeling good, like for me, because I can only speak for me. If I'm feeling good, then I'm going to do my face up. Like I'm going to put a little makeup. I'm going to put a little makeup on. I'm going to tend to my hair. Do a little something. I'm a lotion up, smell all nice and stuff, you know. Put a little nice blouse. You know, you get a little girly. Well, I still put in my sneakers, but you know.
Listen, she be dressing up. Like, you would think that I'm the vieja and she's the younger. Because I be like, damn, my mom got some style. She got flavor. Like, she's definitely that New Yorker for sure. Like,
no doubt.
You know, a lot of my friends are like, yo, your mom's sneakers was fire. And I be having the white clogs with dirt for my dog walk. So I just be like,
but that's you.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
And then somebody would say, oh, that's chancleta right there. Because it was either, back in the days, I had either Uggs or chancletas on. So that was it. But I don't wear Uggs anymore because they do not love animals.
Yes.
And so I think that I'm
still learning that.
Yeah.
To continue that, to answer that question, I'm working on that. Because I'm still, like I said, I'm still on that journey. And it's fine. Like, you should take that. If you feel like something is not going right in you, then change it. And you're going to go through all these transformations. And so, yeah, I'm still working on that.
And that's the journey.
Yeah.
The journey is not perfect.
Nope.
It doesn't look how we expect. And we just sometimes got to just flow.
Yeah. I used to be paranoid. I used to always be paranoid. Like, what's the next step? What's next to do? What? I would never sit down. In my head, everything was always thinking. I mean, I still do that. But now it's a little bit more different. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I've done this. My mind is everywhere. Nope. I need a mental day.
Yeah.
Got to drop it. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna be so worrisome that you're just gonna get yourself sick. So that's what I've learned. Because I don't be feeling good when I get like all that antsiness.
Yeah.
That's not good. And we all go through that. We all go through some type of antsy, but there's some other people that just go through the whole different level.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
And it's okay to go through your emotions. Like, even if you're in a happy time, you have a bad moment. Or if you're in a bad moment and you're trying to have a happy time, like, it's good to feel all of those emotions. Because your emotions are sacred. So it's really important to, like, really just take out the moments to embrace each emotion and ask yourself, why do I feel these things? Like, really take out the time to question yourself. Because if you don't, sometimes we tend to, like, project and think that it's coming from somebody else, but it's really coming inwardly. And sometimes we gotta just, like how she said, just have that time to just be to self and really ask, like, why?
Yep, you definitely gotta disconnect.
Yep,
gotta disconnect, even if it's for an hour every day. There's nothing wrong with that. You gotta make time, or even 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Favorite.
And I just want to say how important it is to, like, and this is gonna, like, skirt, but how important it is to just have family. Yes. Have family. You know, a lot of people always hear about Bertha and they be like, what's Bertha? What's Bertha? And, you know, I say my grandma. But, of course, my grandma, gave birth to her. So, like, that's my mom. But it's really important to cherish, what you have, your legacy. You know, you have a legacy that's right now. And a lot of people think legacy and they think, like, it's just riches and all of that. But, like, sometimes your family secrets are riches, or sometimes your family, what they know that they teach you is riches. Like, it doesn't have to always look like a dollar sign. So it's like, yeah, I'm being honest, like, having a family, you're not going to always see eye to eye. But, like, when you actually sit down, you can make a difference. And really have that time to, like, just cherish it. There's a lot of things that, like, I was so embarrassed to, like, even announce to the world. But I went and I asked my mom. Like, there's a lot of times that I didn't know what to do, what direction to go, or I thought I would be judged, and I went to my mom. That's, like, hard, because that's your mom. And you're like, okay, I don't want to say nothing because I might get in trouble or something. But it's like, you might be surprised. Your parents might surprise you, and you might be surprised. You never know. But one thing is just, like, is even if you don't have a relationship that's the most beautifulest or what you expect, it's never too late to make amends. Absolutely. You don't want to wait till, like, the last moment. Then you might live with regret.
Yeah. And it's not for them. It's for you.
Yeah.
It's for you, because you're just going to feel that weight just lift. So, yeah, that's true.
So I'm happy I got her here today. Like, we're going to talk about this. Because, she has some great topics. And I always forget to write them down. Because she's like, oh, you know what? We need to talk about... And I'm always like, I forget because I don't write it down. And, I'm just like, okay.
But that's okay, because this is the pilot.
That's right.
So we're gonna get it together.
What would you say to my generation in the direction they're heading? Like, what advice would you say to us, like, to just be better?
I love your babies. I love your generation. You know why? Because y'all don't give a fuck. Oops. My bad.
Yes, where I learned cursing from.
Meaning, back in the struggles in the beginning, it was always kind of like passive aggressive. But y'all aggressive. Y'all just speaking up. I love that. Y'all speaking up. Y'all got a voice. I think my generation built that up with y'all to have a voice, because we didn't have a voice. We was raised a different way. So don't ever change that. I think y'all should just keep elevating it. Your own selves, each other. Elevation. Meaning, I'm not even talking about school. I'm talking about picking up a book. Every month, pick up a book. Any book. And read it. Make it a habit. If you don't like books, get magazines. There's articles in the XSL. There's stuff like that. There's still a lot of magazines out there. Even if you don't want to, like, I'm a paper person. I have to have it, like, in my hand. But there's a lot of stuff for free in the computer. 45 minutes of reading. What's that going to do? And if you don't want to read, do the audio. You know, I'm old, so yeah. On YouTube is free, so you can find the book that if you want to, read the book, that you have it in your hand, and or you in the car and you driving home. Mm-hmm. How many minutes is that? Okay, then read the book.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
And you gotta let go of whatever you feel that's draining you. And you know what it is. You know what it is because you see it. But sometimes it's a habit. It's there already. It's like a pimple. Oh, I don't want it there.
I was literally just talking about this pimple in the last video.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I didn't want to record. I'm like, listen, I'm going to record this with this damn pimple on my face. Let it go.
Yeah, but then you got to be like, okay, I don't want a lot of pimples. So now I'm going to have a regimen. Now I got to wash my face every morning. Every night got to do this. Because you don't want that pimple to keep. So that's what you got to do. You got to change. You got to grow. No, I didn't call you dirty. I'm just saying. But, it's a life. Your generation. Y'all need to slow down on those drugs, man. And what y'all need to start learning to do is put your hands up and start fighting and stop leave those guns alone. Stop. This ain't the Wild Wild West. Mm-hmm. We're not on horses. Mm-hmm. Why are y'all shooting each other? You know why? Because y'all not good with your hands.
This went from a birth of health and wellness to what up, Flea? If y'all don't know, we used to have a podcast, me and Meek, called What If. I feel like, wait.
I'm sorry, you asked me to say
it's raw. It's raw. If we being honest, we gotta be honest.
I'm sorry that I wanted to say that.
If we talk about health and wellness, and I always say this, be yourself unapologetically.
Yes.
And that's speaking this is a non-judgment here, and we just come and speak our truth. Some people may not like that truth, but that's our truth. And you listen. The truth is, you may not like it, but you're gonna respect it because it's honest.
Look, I'm on my love. All my words come with love.
And it's like
exactly. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
And that's when people say, well, now we understand why Jolanda's a love bug, but she also be like, listen. Letting go, I would say, is hard for me. Honestly, it's really hard for me. Because, I don't know. I don't mind change, but certain change, I just be like, I don't want to change that, And that's when it's because you're comfortable. Yes. That's when you're comfortable.
Yep.
And just to highlight the fighting with it is we gotta learn to listen. A lot of times it be a lack of understanding, and then it goes just from arguing because you took it personal.
Yeah.
Now it's oh word, and then it's now I'm gonna go beat you up, or like she said, pick up a tool and a weapon and decide to do that for what? For you to end up in prison now, or
man. You just gave up your life.
Yeah, for a word that somebody else or an action that they chose to do.
It's worth it.
I agree. I definitely do think that if you do, I don't want violence in this world, but I definitely do think that if you gotta fight
health and wealth, I know we gotta go through our emotions, and if we want to duke up, put your knuckles up, you gotta do that. But just at the end of the day, everybody's alive. Everybody going home. If you feel like it wasn't a fair fight, then pick another day. Thump it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you're going home. A little knotted, but you going home. I don't want nobody to fight though. I'm not saying this is what we do.
But that's better. That's better than death.
Come on, man.
So yeah.
And your generation, I think, you got to think of each other. Because what I feel sometimes, there's a disconnection with you guys. There's a lack of trust. There's something, I don't know yet, but I think there's something in your generation, or maybe a lack of love. You know why I say that? A lot of my generation, we worked a lot. And we left y'all with babysitters, family members. So you really didn't have that bond growing up. You didn't have that bond. Because we going to work. We got to make that money. We got to pay rent. We got to, get food. We got to keep our kids up. Whatever, especially when you do fashion. I can only speak for myself. So, I just, you got to stay with grandma. You got to stay with abuela. I'm glad that you stayed with abuela.
Yeah. My mom did work a lot. But you know what? It's like I grew up with a lot of independent women. Like, it was like I literally grew up with the Powerpuff Girls, but they were like actually big women because like I had my grandma. My grandma was like more of like the calm. She was love. I didn't see her get angry. She yelled at me one time, because that was back in the days when there couldn't be another call coming in because you were on the phone. So I got yelled at for that. But that was the only time she ever yelled at me. And then I had so I felt like my abuela was like bubbles, like, and then like I don't know if who was Blossom or who was the Buttercup, because my mom and my aunt were both like
switch out.
Yeah, so it's like Blossom was more of like reserved, but she could get crazy. Buttercup was straight like Buttercup. So I don't know, but I've seen them work. Like I remember my aunt, she went to the army, and I wanted to. No, I didn't want to go to the army, but I was like, nah. But it was like beautiful. I was like, wow, like that's something a man does. Growing up, you hear so many men going to the army, and I'm like, okay, that's a man thing. Like seeing her go to the army, I was like, wow, like my aunt's doing that. My mom worked at the hospital, like in the emergency room. I was like, wow, like my grandma, her stories of being a nurse, and like. You're just surrounded by beautiful women, like, that's doing something that's empowering for themselves to show. And I'm just like, I got to see that. So when I got older, I'm like, I'm a hustle, like, and I hustle like drugs or nothing. I'm a hustler, like, I'm going to take care of mine, and I'm going to stand up. So I don't have to wait for nobody. I don't have to, wait for acceptance or validation, like. And I really learned that, like, through the women in my life. And those were the three primarily women, like she said, she worked a lot. So when I would come home, my grandma was there, and she was always cooking. So that's why I love to cook and I love to eat. And my aunt would come. She's writing. She's handling her business. I'm running errands with her, and she would come and we would spend time. And she would talk about like how the dental care. And I'm like, wow, like you could learn so much. Like opportunities is limitless. Like mine was just different. I wanted to be a dog walker. Like, it wasn't the army, wasn't, but I was just a kid that loved animals since young. So it was like, but I was encouraged, like, and I think one thing that I can say that I learned as I get older is that your family is going to love you, but they're going to love you the way they know how to love. So just be mindful and pay attention to see if they actually are giving you love. Because sometimes I think, like, we require, like, love in a way that we just want it. Instead of just saying, I release the pressure of, like, wanting it this way. I just want them to love me. Because
releasing the normal. There's no such thing. Because everyone is different.
Yeah, because we're really big. Like, I think my generation is really big on, like, love languages. And, I mean, it's great to know your love language, because if you do know what you require, you're able to, like, talk about that, like, with your family and your significant other. But you also got to sometimes take the step back. Like, everybody can't love that way that you love. Like, everybody's not going to love you the way that you want to be loved. But they going to love you because they love you. So it's like, what are their love languages? Like, believe me, like, my aunt, she bought me a coat that had animal in it, a leather, and I didn't wear it. But that was a gift. That was her way of saying she loved me. Like, I loved the gift. But I said they killed the animals, so...
That's why I don't wear no leather no more.
And that's her way of saying, because she supports me. Like, we have to pay attention. Sometimes we kind of, like, we be so upset or we kind of, overlook things that parents. You what? Though nobody's getting no Uggs for Christmas. No, we're gonna get Fugs. Those are the Fugs. Listen, I have no shame.
I'm gonna get the bear clothes.
I have no shame in wearing. Nah, I don't wear any fake
stuff. If they soft, because those fake ones, they it's like foam on the bottom.
Oh my god!
I tried it, but it ain't right. I can find, if I find some cheap ones, but they gotta feel good in my feet, I'll wear them. I don't care. But if I don't find something,
just cherish yours. Like, just cherish your family. Just cherish your family. We have to really just love ours. We have to love ours, because tomorrow's not promised.
Support system.
Tomorrow's not promised, and
not at all.
It may not look like I said, it may not look how you want. And when you leave and stuff, I promise you, there's gonna be things you're gonna be thinking about. Like, I miss when they used to annoy me or do stuff that you're like, you was like, what?
Yep, cherish the moments.
I was, I'd be like, what my mom cooks, so.
Yum.
That she cook that's vegan. And you know what it is? You might teach them something. Mm-hmm. You might teach them something. You might be able to do something that can help them. And I was just joking with her, talking about my parents, and it's like, I was like, when I was little, I was the baby, but they're getting older, and now I'm like, listen, I'm like, you guys better get it together. So you gotta treat people how you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. But also remember that I think one of the biggest things is that when we're kids, we don't understand everything. Mm-hmm. And our parents are just like, when you have kids and you're having bad moments and stuff like that, you're going to handle things like the best way you can with the tools that you got. Right. So really just be mindful and reflect on your life and write down everything and see if you can have that conversation with them before it's too late, because you don't want to hold that in. Because a lot of times, like, holding in stuff that maybe you feel they did something, and that's the whole thing with, like, having to communicate and let go, like, Perception. Talk to them, so that way you're not subconsciously projecting that into relationships, because that's definitely a big one.
Yeah,
believe me. Yeah. When I didn't talk to my parents about how I felt, I was attracting a lot of things that didn't, hate things, but it wasn't the best option for me. So
that's all right.
That's all right.
Experience, you just learn. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong. You should never regret anything that you do in life. If you feel like you're gonna regret it, don't do it. That's it. Oh, and do me a favor, don't record yourself doing anything, because it always slips out.
Then, like, as we're recording ourselves.
I'm just saying.
We gotta have a must be 18 or older conversation.
That's the next topic.
On
Mama Love.
Well, I definitely do appreciate my mom. Hopefully you guys do see more of her. I need to get an episode with my dad, and definitely my step parents too. Shout out to them.
We could do it in a Zoom.
Oh gosh.
Like boom, 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 boom on the screen, like the Brady Bunch. You probably don't even know what that is.
I know what the Brady Bunch is.
I know you do, because you was raised old school, but a lot of kids out there probably don't know what the Brady Bunch is.
I appreciate everybody, and just know, love yourself. It starts within you first, and love other people. And we're gonna say, I am loved, I am loved, and you can do anything, and you can release anything you have to, and take it one step at a time. Don't think that it's gonna be amazing tomorrow. Just do the best that you can. Live your life to the fullest each day. And I know that's like a saying that people say, but it's really just doing the best that you can each day, and just know that you're going to get through the challenges.
Yep. And if you see her, you can be her.
If you see him, you can be him.
Girl power.
If you see what you want to see, just in case the dog is watching, woof 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 woof, woof woof. We gotta highlight everybody.
If you see them, you can be them. How about that?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Si la ves, puede ser.
Peace out.